Hey everybody, it's Sally. It's time for me to greenlight my day, and I have to say I've kind of had a heaviness on me since I've come back from the Normandy beaches and the D-Day immersion kind of thing that Steve and I did on our holiday, and even though what I'm going to share with you is from World War I, it's very applicable. Living in England, I've been really touched by the gravity of what they've lived through here from World War II, World War I, the losses, the fear of losing their country, so much more a fear of losing their country than we've ever really experienced in the United States, because from Normandy I've learned that basically Germany was winning the war for a long time until the Allies finally pulled together and launched a mass assault, wave after wave after wave of people along a 6-mile stretch of beach. Boat after boat after boat every 30 minutes would unload men to go and try to take the hill and take the guns, the big guns, and they had to, it was all, it was it was very bad. It was a very bad thing. It was the only thing they could do. It's the only thing that turned the tide of the war, or we would all be speaking German today, I have no doubt. And nothing against my friends in Germany. This is not a slight to you, but that's the history that we came with. And was very hard to see. They called it, Omaha Beach, where we were, especially, it's called the Bloody Beach. It was just soaked in blood. There were so many casualties. American, British, Canadian, Free French. Probably some other people were in there too. I'm sure there's some Dutch and some Belgians were in there fighting. It was not good. But I wanted to read this poem to you because I want to be able to put this to bed. This is a poem from World War I, written by a young man who really summed up in 1914 some of the feelings about the losses, and they were tragic, horrible losses in World War I too. Exactly the same. When I went over to France on the train, we went south to Normandy, but if we'd gone up the tiniest bit up the coast north, we would have been at major World War I battlefields, Dunkirk, and places where some, really grim things. That's when they had to be in those foxholes and the trenches and running through the barbed wire, and a lot of young men were lost. So, back-to-back world wars in Europe took a toll. And I just wanted to share this with you, and I'm going to just let go of it after that. I think sometimes the lesson is that if we have a sadness hanging on us, we have to sit with it, we have to feel it, we have to release it. And I'm going to read you this poem. This was a poem that was read to me in a show that I went to see this month. My local people that I did my panto with last year do a summer show, and they did a World War I, 1890s to the 1920s kind of thing. Music hall, show songs, interesting music, but World War I in particular, and they read some poems because this is the anniversary of World War I. World War I started in 1914. This is 2014. It's the 100th year anniversary of World War I. We don't even think about it in the United States, do we? Not too much. But it's always present here in the minds of the people. And here's the poem. It's called For the Fallen by Robert Lawrence Binion. I'm just going to read a few of the verses. For the Fallen. With proud thanksgiving, a mother for her children, England mourns her dead across the sea. Flesh of her flesh they were, spirit of her spirit, fallen in the cause of the free. Solemn the drums thrill, death august and royal, sings sorrow up into immortal spheres. There is music in the midst of desolation, and a glory that shines upon our tears. They went with songs to the battle. They were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe. They shall grow not old as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. Yeah. We will remember them. And there's one last verse I wanted to share. They mingle not with their laughing comrades again. They sit no more at familiar tables of home. They have no lot in our labor of the daytime. They sleep beyond England's foam. It's a really powerful poem with powerful images, and it allows me to honor the sacrifice that people have made, that we are living the lives we're living today. The United States is always involved in some kind of something somewhere. But these wars were supposed to be the war to end all war, and these were wars that threatened our very life and our way of life. Not quite the same as some of the things we've done since World War II. Not that people's losses and sacrifices weren't appreciated and valued, because they were. Children were not born because of the losses of men that we had, and women. Futures were not lived. Life is the most precious thing we have. I hope that everyone today will stop and be grateful that we have the one we have. It could be so different. I hope you guys make it a great rest of the week, and I hope that you'll find a way, if you're down and things are hanging on you and weighing you, you find a way to sit with them, process a little, feel them, but then let them go. And be grateful. Be grateful. We'll see you.